What if the moment that nearly killed you was actually the beginning of the most important journey of your life? Her name is Dan, and her story does not start with fear. It starts with the road, a goanna sitting in the sun, and then nothing. 6 weeks in intensive care, a fractured spine, her right arm swollen to 3 times its size, a body fighting to exist, a young woman who did not know if she would ever wake up, and a mother sitting beside a hospital bed every single day, refusing to let go. She held on to hope when most people had already let go. Recovery is not one moment. It is thousands small impossible moments. Relearning how to hold things, how to function, how to be a person again. The day she finally managed to tie her own hair into a ponytail, for the first time after surgery, she was elated. It was a small win, but she was ecstatic, because that is where transformation begins. Not in the grand moments, in the small ones, step by step, day by day. But this story does not belong only to her. It belongs to the women who came before her. Her grandmother, born in North Vietnam in 1922. She lived through war. She lost everything she had built, more than once. The division of Vietnam separated her from her siblings, from the life she had known. She stood at a border she could not cross, and she carried on anyway. She rebuilt with her own 2 hands, working the streets, selling food, finding her independence in the only way available to her, because that is what she knew how to do. At 69 years old, she boarded a solo flight to Australia, a country where she could not speak the language, and she arrived smiling. And yet, by every account from her family, she was one of the most joyful and alive human beings. She taught them that joy is not something that happens to you. It is something you choose. Dan's mother, too, capable and beautiful and completely in her element, working in Saigon, unaware of what was coming. She fled Vietnam during the war, migrated to Australia. She left everything she had ever known. When her grandmother passed in September 2018, Dan started seeing dragonflies. She did not understand it at first, but she felt it. 5 weeks without sleep, and then one morning her body simply gave way. In a room full of people, she was physically trembling, completely alone in a crowd, and it was a warning sign that something had to change. So she let go of the people who were not real, of the energy that was not serving her, of everything that was holding her back, including herself. One evening, she sat alone in the dark, holding a small green crystal in her hands. It was to help her let go. She did not know what she needed to let go of until she sat with it in the silence. She spoke to her grandmother, and she asked her to spread her wings, and she let her go. Letting go is not a self-help book dressed up as a memoir. It is a real life, fully lived, honestly told.